Hello, my budgeting friends. I am coming to you with the first budget video of 2023. And we got a little bit of changes. Not too many, but, you know, still doing pretty much the same thing, just differently, right? So one thing that I was not going to let happen is last year, after Christmas, I definitely fell off the budget bandwagon, and it wasn't good for us. Like, we were in constant catch up throughout the year. Though I don't want to do it, and I don't want to look at things after Christmas, like, we got to get back into it. So if you have not watched my bullet journal setup for 2023, I will link it up here in the little I or down in the description. But I have decided to pull the budgeting out of my main planner and put it in its own separate planner. So while I was getting my December bullet journal, which is here, Scribbles That Matter, I was ordering off of Amazon. Scribbles That Matter through Amazon, I guess it's really Amazon, not Scribbles That Matter, kept on sending me the wrong bullet journal. I didn't want the one with the doodles. I got a purple one. Anyways, on this try of them sending it, they told me just to keep it, and they would make sure that the next one got out to me the right way. It did. So here we are. So I have an extra bullet journal, and I didn't really have too much of a use for it. So I decided that I was going to pull my budget planner out of my main planner and put it into its own separate and have it set up. I have through June cut and printed at this point. So because I found in 2022 that if I didn't get it set up at the beginning of the year, I think, nope, not one of them. Let's see, August. Nope. There was a few times in, yeah. So if I didn't have it set up at the beginning of the year or month, it just didn't get done. And so, and my big issue was like getting the stickers cut and all that kind of stuff, I think. Yeah. So to give myself no excuses and to have things ready to go, I have went through and print and cut 6 months worth of stickers. So that's what we're going to set up today and go through and do the January budget. I really, honestly, I did not care like what the stickers looked like. I kind of just threw them together myself because I couldn't find anything on Etsy that had 12 months of these stickers printable. So I literally, there's no rhyme or reason to them. It will be fine. Like, I did not want to deal with that, and and I was trying to get it done, per se. Let's just do it that way. So let's set up January. If I can get my shifts together. There we go. Just like before, I just have the January budget, sinking funds with the transaction log, and then the weekly check-in. I'm not changing anything from that point on. It was working for me then, and it's going to work for me now. Let's hope all these stickers. I never did. I was supposed to stop and test stickers, and I didn't. The only thing is we're going back down to a smaller size, obviously. So I was a little bit nervous about that. I thought there was a 1 page before all of this, but I guess not. So we'll kind of see how this setup goes. Should be January budget. And then a weekly check-in. I think I'm going to do weekly. Let's see how I kind of had it set up before. Yeah, I always did like a January budget and then flipped, because I kind of like want these two together. But I also need sinking funds with a transaction now. Because, yeah, see, November didn't get done. Lots and lots of, here we go. Yeah, so I don't know if my transactions are going to fit on the same page now because my pages are smaller. So we'll probably just have a separate transaction. Oh, I only did sinking funds in October. See, guys, my budgeting has been a little bit of a mess. Let's go back to September. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm going to keep it that way. So I'm going to skip this first page. Maybe I'll just put like 2023 on this page and go right into January budget. I'm not going to make you watch me put all of these stickers down, of course. That would be probably boring. Oh, yay, they fit. At first I was like, I haven't even checked to make sure any of these fit, and now I've cut them all. And hope to gosh, they fit. And I probably should have checked to adjust my settings to get my messing around. So while I'm doing this part, I would love to know how you did for your Christmas budgeting. Did you go over? Did you we went over, which I kind of know that we go over pretty much every year. We are going to make it a goal of saving a bit more for next year. So this year we ended up saving $1,200. We are going to try and save a bit more. I'll move that down one more. For 2023. But in the same sense, we believe we're going to be taking a trip for 2023 for the kids' gifts. So, like, I don't know if we actually will need the full budget because of that, or if it will be putting more into a vacation budget than into a Christmas budget. So, but that is really going to be, I have no freaking nail. I broke it the other day. Anyways, that is what me and my husband really need to talk about. We were supposed to do it this week, but he has come down with a cold and been working a lot. So we haven't been able to talk very much about anything, but I'm going to make this budget and then clean up our sinking funds. Get that cleaned up off camera. I am going to do that in the sake of my own privacy. Just because I do believe it's going to be a little tough for me. Like I said, we did overspend, and whatever we overspent did come out of our sinking funds. So I am going to have to like kind of move some money around from our savings account and replenish and figure out where we need to replenish it at. So that would probably be my main, if you haven't been following, I did move everything to a digital sinking funds about 2 months before Christmas. And though it did help, it also maybe backfired a little bit. It did allow me just to keep on swiping instead of there being, I need to move that over. Instead of there being like no cash there, as if I would have went all cash. It's just hard to do all cash when you're doing mostly online shopping, so you need it. So yeah, anyways, I will finish that up and try and, I can't put that down quite yet. Okay. So we got there. Anyways, that's what I got to figure out. I am going to do that off in my own time, like I said, because I just need privacy with that. But also we did get 3 checks in December. And because of that, we do have a bit more savings in our account that are, okay, so what I do to budget through, I don't do budget by paycheck, but I kind of do budget by paycheck. I just don't write it down. So what I do every time my husband has a check come in, I take $609 and put it into a separate account, and $200 and put it into our sinking funds account. I take it automatically out and spread it around so that our mortgage and our two biggest ones, mortgage and our car payment, does not come out of one check or something like that. It's spread out through the whole month. So putting those together and dividing them between two. So essentially, we should be up $609 on that account. So I probably will take a couple $100 of that and put it into sinking funds to start off us on a good foot. And then I will replenish whatever sinking funds that we depleted by overspending in Christmas and replenish those. That is what I'm going to do. That's kind of like, there's no bills we need to catch up on. Actually, we are ahead in our consumers. The only thing I might do with consumers, our consumers doubled this month because it was super cold here. And so I might give ourselves $100 of that so that we don't really feel that. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm starting fresh new. The main issue is every January, February, and March are my slow months. So I'm not going to have that much income coming in, or I'm not going to count that I have that much income coming in. I'm not sure. Like, newborns are born randomly, of course, and parents reach out to you and book very randomly. So I might have income come in, but at this point, I'm not going to expect. I'm going to expect to cover my business expenses with whatever does come in, and whatever else is going to be bonus at this point. So yeah, we're going to be down a significant amount. So usually we have about $4,000 coming in, about 38 to 40 or $4,000 come in. And at this point I'm going to work with 32 and see where that gets us. So when I was putting in more towards our sinking funds, that's going to go back down to 200 instead of 400 or 300. I think we put 300. Yeah, I think we put 300. So we'll go back down to 300. The problem is gas. My kids pick up baseball practices again, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go down in that, but I'm going to try, and we're going to go down to 300, which gives us 200 back to our budget. And yeah, we're going to go from there and see. Usually we only have about 300, so we're probably going to be in the red. I'm just going to throw it out there. We're probably going to be in the red, but we're not going to freak out. So, all right, fixed expenses is Acadia for everybody that is new. That is my truck, and that is my main goal in January, is to try and refinance that and figure out, or sell it. One of the two. I'm tired of a $400 payment, and the truck is constantly broke anyways. So we're going to try. We cannot figure out how to fix it. So we're going to try and figure that out. All right. Chase is a credit card. I actually need to look into that. Oh, actually, it's right there. It's actually only taking 50. It needs to take 100. I'll check into that. It needs to take 100 because we're trying to pay that off. Car insurance is $250. Our consumers this month, whew, consumers was $319, I believe. I'll verify that though. I believe it was $319. Yeah, it was, ouch. But we had like multiple days of negative like 20 degrees outside. So Culligan water is 30. DirecTV, something else I need to deal with. DirecTV is 122. Mortgage is 780. Planet Fitness is $23.09. Netflix is $15.99. Sprint is one that I'm gonna have to pay close attention to. Me and my husband both got new phones, and I believe there's gonna be activation fees. Our bills should not change. I made sure of that, but there will be probably activation. And then our water bill. We need to pay $50 on that. All right, so there's that. So that will definitely change. I will also do many side hustles to make a little cash. If I need to go and even DoorDash for a few days, I will go do that. I do have many side hustles. So I also edit for other photographers and do social media for other photographers. So usually that brings in a little bit of cash, but everybody in January and February, it's just a slow month for photographers in general, really no matter where you're at. And so some people like stop and they just edit their own for those 2 months because, you know, it's slower and they have the time and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's working on their businesses. So either I could get some new clients because a lot of people are working on their businesses, or it kind of dries up. So, all right, eating out. We're going to budget. I put this up to 200. I honestly think that we could get this down to 150 again for this month, but I'm going to leave it at 200 just in case. Gas, I am taking down to 300. Groceries, we are leaving at 300. Just no way to get around that anymore. Household, 100. Sinking funds, 300. Spending, 150, and of course unbudgeted, a 0. Ooh, I got that one pretty quick. All right, so let's add this up. I've changed my situation here, and I don't have a quick way. I don't have a quick way to do math anymore. All right, so 400 plus 100 plus 250 plus 319 plus 30 plus 122 plus 780 plus 2309 plus 1599, 230, and 50. Yeah, that's about right. All right, so I have $2,320.08. Ouch. All because of that darn consumer's bill. But I'll take care of it. All right, for this one, oof, things are sticking to me. 200 plus 300 plus 300 plus 100 plus 300 plus 150 is $1,350. So yeah, so that's about $200, obviously $200 less than what it normally is, so that I can counterbalance this a little bit. Are we all seeing the red about to happen? Again, this is the worst case scenario, guys. So worst case scenario, and the business does have savings. I don't try and dip into the business savings as much as I possibly can't, especially, you know, months where I should be making money, obviously, because it needs to be saved for months that I'm not making any money. And I suspect that I will have at least 1 to 2 sessions, but they're not in the book as of right now, so I cannot count them. That's how most of my months go, though, is that I don't have anything on the books, and usually after the first, you know, the first week, New Year wears off, then my inquiries start coming back in and people start getting back to real life again. Holiday is just, nobody is thinking about booking pictures, or they're just trying to make it through the holidays pretty much. So I have been in this business long enough to kind of know that. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I did that. I'm like, am I doing this right? All right, I definitely have to make sure I'm like going up closer. Way closer. All right, so income. Alrighty. And there we go. All right, let's see the red. Let's just find a red pen. $3,267 minus, well, 1,350 minus $2,320.08. So we are in the negative $403.08. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be with that consumers. I thought it was going to be closer to 500. So yeah, so 400, which is honestly easy for my business if I have to pull out of savings to make up for it. Again, so that part I'm not too worried about. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So, all right, so let's keep on going here. So if you are brand new to budgeting, it is scary. It is scary. I'm not going to lie to you, but you know what is more scary? Not knowing. Because I feel like when I budget, and even if it is daunting and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's daunting and you just like don't want to face it, it's much scarier, honestly, than if I have no idea what's going on with our money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you know, we're all just willy-nilly on them. And it doesn't help us in the end. I don't even do totals. It doesn't help us in the end. It doesn't help us plan in the end, because then I'm not moving like sinking funds money. I'm not, if we already know we're over somewhere, we're not stopping. There's a lot of times where, you know, if we're over in our spending, I can save it. I know, like, hey, no, we can't go out to eat. We have to eat at home. We got to figure out something in the fridge because we have already went way over. And if we could, you know, we've already went way over in eating, or we've went way over in spending. And if we can save a little money in the eating out category and put it back into the budget, then we can save our budget, that type of thing. So, yeah, that's the main thing that this helps with. So, that's all you can do. All right, so normally I would get 2 columns because I moved to a bigger one. I'm thinking we might have an issue here. If we do, I will create a tip-in and keep on going. Ooh, how am I gonna do that? Or maybe I can just maybe from now on, I'm not gonna mind that sticker, honestly. And we are gonna make 2 columns no matter how small our book is here. Because we definitely do need space. One thing also, it looks like I'm probably going to need, and go back and maybe print out, I don't know, we'll have to see on that, is I needed 2 transaction logs, as I needed a transaction log for sinking funds also. So, but I could also just write it over here and move on. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the flow of this kind of goes. That's the only thing why I might just wait a half a second before setting. No, I'm just going to set it all up because I want to get it done. I'm like, no, I lied. Can this come back up? Needed to move it over a little bit so it doesn't hang off that page. But this is going to be the new budget planner that I think I'm going to love it. It's going to sit right on my desk so that I can update it. This is going to be one of the daily routines, or at least weekly routines, that I want to go in and update transactions and weekly check-ins and really definitely get into a routine of doing this. Actually, and as I think more about it, we definitely are going to need a second page for a transaction, because this is just... Let's look at our sinking funds. Let's have a look-see here. Yeah, because I need a spot for this, a starting, and I just don't think that that's enough space, plus a space for transactions. I mean, it's a significant thing. So I think for the time being, this will be transactions. And then... yeah, and then I'm just going to skip this page. Maybe I'll stamp out February or something and go on to February. So, all right, so I'll set up February on camera because I'm pretty sure you guys don't care about how to set this up every single time. It's the same steps. But this way, everything is set up. Honestly, videos will go a little bit faster on top of it. And that way I do not have to worry about, you know, having the stickers, having the setup done. We can just move right in and there's no excuses. So if I'm out here and I'm not budgeting, guys, y'all can hold me accountable now. Y'all can be like, that's already set up and ready to go for you. So you need to get up on it and get that done and hold me accountable, because we have some big things that we want to do in 2023, including a big trip with our children and possibly selling a house. So, or at least making really big steps to selling our house and looking for a new one, as hopefully the market levels out a little bit more, but not too much to where we can't draw off the equity of this house still. That's why I'm trying to get it done, because houses in our area are still going for about double the amount that we paid for our house, since we got it right at the end of the crash in 2013-ish. Oops, I must not have carried the totals little thing with me. So I would like to do that. Yeah. Just gonna put it down here somewhere. Looks good. Like, looks good. Kind of guessing on where those will be. And I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and watch a little TV and do this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely If you are new, because this is a brand new year and you are starting to get into budgeting, hit that subscribe button. You will find more sinking, you know, funds and all that kind of stuff. And good advice on how to manage a budget on a freelancer / own your own business type ordeal, because that's kind of where I'm heading this year. So all right, so I shut the camera off because just putting some stickers down is not fun. And as you can see, it's already definitely starting to get bulky, but that's because you put the stickers in the same place every single time, so it's going to get bulky. But here we go. For the most part, it's all set up. I have, while I was putting stickers down, determined that I am going to put some trackers in here. I would like to track like how far our sinking funds are going, all that kind of stuff. And like maybe some savings, all that stuff. So I'm going to put some trackers in here after the 6 months, just like a 6-month tracker. But it is all set up. So here we go. I have left, that's your transaction page and then a regular page. I'm not sure exactly, but we'll figure out what's going to happen there. But here's February, March, April, May, June. Oh, so I only have, yeah, 6 months. June. So that is January, March, April. Wait, yeah, May, June. Yes, I'm sorry. So that is 6 months in this planner. And I got to page 35. So what is that, like 70? And there is, so I should be able to get probably 2 years into this bullet journal, which is what I would hope for. So thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I will see you in the next one.